We are very pleased to have Susan January, Vice President of Product Management for Lean & Tree in Boulder, Colorado, join us today to talk a little bit about a brand new event that the GCA is putting on this fall for the first time, the Workshop and Retreat, and it's taking place in Naples, Florida from September 18th through the 21st. Susan, are you there?
I'm here, Peter. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for agreeing to do this. Of course, the Workshop and Retreat used to be the annual convention, and the annual convention has meant a lot to GCA members over the years. And after 70 years, we decided to make this change. But what have attendees shared with you about the annual convention in the past? What have the impressions been, and what has your impression been of the value of this event?
Well, you know, I've been lucky in that I've been to at least 15 GCA conventions consecutively. I don't think I've missed one in the last 15 or 16 straight years.
That's
and
great.
So the event this fall, the retreat and the workshop, is really meant to be sort of the sibling of what used to be the convention. I think when you say the word convention, it conjures for people sort of this idea of sitting in a large room with hundreds of other people being talked to and sort of talked at, and then spending time on a trade show floor and sort of going to session after session after session. And you know, our event is really a smaller event, and I think convention sort of is a little bit of a misnomer about what our event really is. You know, over the years that I've been attending, I think the first thing you hear from everyone who attends, and I've had the opportunity to meet many first-time attendees over the years who are attending their first GCA event or convention, they talk specifically about how it's the friendliest group of competitors that you'll ever get in one room, and that is absolutely true. They also talk about the fact that they are surprised at the amount of information that is shared and shared freely, and that they are always surprised at the contacts that they're able to make, and the connections and networking they're able to do that ends up having a future really positive impact on their business. So, you know, if you're a small publisher from Colorado and you attend a meeting, you have the opportunity to meet with and sit with executives at other companies, and that's everyone from our big industry players of Hallmark and American Greetings to a company like Lean & Tree or Avanti, sort of a mid-sized publisher. And then you get to meet a lot of other fellow small independent publishers. And so really you get sort of this 360 view from inside the industry, from what the big guys are doing, how the mid-sized companies run their business, and then how the fellow small publishers are running their business. So typically what you hear from any first-time attendee, or even from somebody like me that's been 15 or 16 years in a row, is that it's a friendly event, it's a professional event with a casual feel. There's a lot of networking, there's a lot of opportunity to ask questions, maybe of people that you normally wouldn't encounter on a day-to-day in your business. And it's really just meant to be an opportunity to share some insights on what's happening in the industry. And then, of course, we try to have a little bit of fun along the way, too. And so I think people leave every year feeling like they've met great people, they've learned some really great things, they've met some great industry associates, some vendors to the industry who can help them with production issues. They've met fellow publishers, and they leave typically pretty re-energized about their business and how they might do things differently going forward.
Well, I've been lucky enough to be at I think 5 of these conventions now. My first one was in Nashville, and I've really enjoyed myself. It's probably the most enjoyable event of the year, and everything you said about people being willing to open up and share not only their their thoughts on where the industry is going, but their personal challenges. I mean, it's and they're really not looking at it from the lens of well, I'm talking to ABC company, and so there are certain things I probably shouldn't share. I mean, they're being really free with information because we're all in this together in a lot of ways, and we all have similar challenges in certain areas of our business. So
Absolutely.
so it's been great to see. So that's been the annual convention, the real feel of our annual convention in the past. And so now the name is changing and certain things aren't changing. I think it's probably fair to say that that attendee experience isn't necessarily going to change. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. We fully expect this event to still offer all those same opportunities: great networking, new friendships, learning experiences, industry insights. We're going to keep all of that the same.
Yep.
The idea behind changing the name was not unlike what the GCA did with Noted, where it was an industry event by the industry for the industry. And that's really what we're doing even more so with the retreat. The idea is that, first of all, that this is a casual, intimate setting for industry professionals to connect in a relaxed, casual environment. And so just the word workshop and retreat sort of indicates that it's not the old school convention, just like Noted was not meant to be the old school trade show.
Yep.
And so the idea is that we're going to spend a couple of days together at a beautiful location in our casual wear, no official business clothes required this year. We're going to have some meetings and some interaction outside on the beach or around the pool. But it's basically a lot of information that's going to be shared from inside the industry. A lot of times at the previous conventions, we spent a lot of effort bringing in industry outsiders to talk about certain business trends or social media trends.
Yeah.
And the goal for this year was really to fill it with content that's going to come straight from inside our industry. So you're going to hear from Hallmark and American Greetings and Inklings Papery, and we're going to hear from Sadie at PaperSource. We're going to hear from our industry suppliers and vendors who are going to help us with some production questions and challenges. We're going to hear from local retailers who are just going to talk to us about what their challenges are with our category, with what's happening with greeting cards at the independent retail level. And then we're bringing in some sales reps who can talk to us about sales management and how they do what they do. So literally every single session is going to be focused on what we are all dealing with inside of our industry. And I'm really excited about that. And actually, if there is an outsider, and they're really not an outsider because they're amazing partners with us, we are also going to hear from the U.S. Postal Service, from some of their team who are going to share with us what they're doing in order to help make sure that cards are delivered efficiently via first-class mail, some of their marketing initiatives to help keep our first-class mail stream strong and healthy. So really the whole 3 days is going to be about cards, 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 and more cards, and the business of cards and how we can help each other do better business going forward. And, I think that just to go back to when you were talking about sort of the free sharing of information, this is not an industry where there's a whole lot of secrets. All of our products are out on display. We see each other's products. And the beauty of this industry is that I think everyone recognizes that card sending begets more card sending, right? If I send you a Hallmark card for your birthday, you're going to turn around and send me a Hallmark card or a card for my birthday, and it might be from Avanti or from Lean & Tree. So,
Yep.
you know, card sending, it's sort of that rising tide lifts all boats, and keeping the industry strong and seeing everyone succeed benefits all of us. And I really love that about this industry.
I agree completely. And I think, you know, some of our attendees' experiences are going to be taken to even another level, because one of the nice things about being in Naples this year is that we're going to have some special programming poolside. And I don't know if you wanted to speak about that, but I know there's a special mentoring opportunity this year. That's not an ordinary event.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about this. If you're a GCA member or you've looked into GCA membership, one of the programs that we offer is a mentorship program. And often that relates in the pairing of a more experienced industry professional with someone who's newer to the industry. And they are able to have a several month long interaction, answering questions and helping out with resources. And that's been a great program. We thought what we would do this year is give attendees the opportunity, first of all, to meet those in attendance who are GCA mentors, and then allow them to have a casual either group conversation outside where everything is up for discussion, any question is up for discussion, or to meet with a mentor just one-on-one if they want to ask something really specific or unique to their situation. But we have set aside at least an hour, maybe even a little longer, to just open up the mentorship team to the attendees and see what kind of dialogue people would like to have in that relaxed, casual setting. I understand it will be poolside, and there may be adult beverages to help get conversation going. So I think it's meant to be kind of fun and relaxed, but we're also hoping that people will see it as just, you know, the opportunity to ask anything and everything they've wanted to ask of people who are maybe a little further along in their business or have additional years of insight and experience that they're willing to share. So we'll see how it goes. We're optimistic. We're hopeful that attendees will take advantage of the opportunity to just sit around casually with the mentors and have a really great conversation. I am looking forward to that a lot, actually.
I think that's going to be a fantastic activity. And that adult beverage rumor, you know, it's probably true, but you'll just have to go to Naples and find out. Well, you know, so we have the pairing of the experienced professionals and those who are newer to the business, but that's not necessarily the only pairing that we're going to have. Apart from just the great networking from start to finish, we also have this new activity akin to speed dating, but it brings our suppliers into the mix, and that's pretty exciting. I've actually run an event like that. I didn't know if you wanted to mention that, the suppliers.
Absolutely. You know, we have a great group of associate members of the GCA, and they are essentially the vendors to our industry. So it's paper suppliers and display suppliers and envelope manufacturers, other packaging materials, finishing services, you know, in terms of embellishments for cards. And they're just such a great, important part of our group. And what we decided to do this year, and again, through the mentorship program, we end up getting a lot of questions from folks who are new to the industry about, you know, where do I get the best paper or the best printing, or who provides foil for foil stamping, or where do I get embossing dies? And so what we're doing this year with our industry vendors is allowing them an opportunity to present to all the attendees, basically in a speed dating kind of format. Typically, during our work sessions during the day, we'll be at some round tables of 8 or 10 people throughout the room, and our associate industry suppliers will have the chance to move from table to table and talk for 5 or 6 minutes about their services or their products and how they can best be of service, and hopefully they'll have a minute or two for questions from the folks at their table. And then after their 5 or 6 minutes, we'll rotate. And the goal is hopefully that everyone gets to hear from each of these companies and all of the great things that they do and contribute in making our products better or our business better. So we're excited about that. I know from being a mentor for the last couple of years, I've had to answer or help find answers to a lot of questions about manufacturing, finishing, display options, paper, printing services. So we're hoping this is a great way for everyone to have a few minutes to hear from a big section of this group of suppliers and hear what it is they can offer each of us in our businesses.
I hope so, and they're a great group of folks. It's great to see that side of the business supporting us at every event. It's wonderful. Well, so I'm just wondering, are there some other things that you wanted to mention about the workshop and retreat, some surprises that you wanted to share? Anything that you're personally looking forward to this year, apart from the fact that you're chairing the event and you'll be running around like crazy? I should have mentioned that earlier. So you'll be working hard those couple of days, but
I will, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually there's not a single session that I'm not looking forward to. I forgot to mention one person that I'm excited about, and that's Amanda Ferguson, who's the CEO of the UK Greeting Card Association. And she's going to join us this year. I think there's a great opportunity for our organizations to collaborate more about our industry. Of course, the UK has the highest greeting card usage per capita of any country in the world. They are huge card aficionados. They are big card senders. And so she's coming to share with us what's happening in the UK market, what their challenges are in their various retail channels. She's going to talk about some product trends that are happening. And it's just going to be really interesting to hear from her and what the UK GCA is doing as they're dealing with some of the same challenges that we are in our industry. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about our retailer panels. We have 5 or 6 fabulous retailers from the Naples, Fort Myers area, and they're going to come talk to us. And we have every kind of store, from sort of the high-end gift store to a sort of small, almost like convenience store kind of format. So retailers of different shapes and sizes who are going to be available to us to ask questions about what's changing in their business, what they hear from their customers, how they make decisions about what card lines they carry. So I love those sort of Q&A panel type opportunities, and we're going to do that with some reps also. And I know for so many attendees, finding out how to find, how to find, I was going to say find and hire, and it came out fire. So how to find, hire, and keep their sales reps. We're going to have some sales managers talk about sort of how to do some of those things. I'm just really excited about the overall format. And I should mention, we do leave a little bit of time for fun. We're going to do just an informal meetup in the morning for anybody who would like to have a morning run or walk on the beach. We have a fun evening out planned, little sunset happy hour cruise out to the Gulf of Mexico. We'll go all through Naples and some of their very beautiful homes on the water, and it's just a lovely opportunity. You'll see some dolphins and just have an opportunity to relax. We're having a nice dinner on the water following the boat cruise. So I'm really, I'm excited about all of it. The things that we're doing a little differently, the poolside session with the mentors, the fun out on the water with the dinner cruise or the sunset cruise, and then just so much opportunity to meet everyone, connect, and interact. I think it's going to be a great 2.5, 3 days. I have never met anybody who at the end of it said, I wish I hadn't come. So if I could share anything with anyone listening, I wish they would really look at this as an investment in themselves and their business, and make an effort to really join us in Naples, because it's going to be a great couple of days.
I agree. I'm sure it's going to be as well. I'm personally looking forward to finding out more about the Florida retail market, because it's a great opportunity for many of us, and I think some of us just don't have that day-to-day intel on the ground. So hearing from those retailers will be huge. And as far as Naples goes, I wanted to mention that the La Playa Beach and Golf Resort, where we have a nice large room block for our attendees, is a great spot in Naples, and we also were able to negotiate a very reasonable rate. So you may be thinking, oh, Florida beachside, this is going to be way too expensive for me. It's not necessarily that expensive. So I would encourage everybody to check that out. And if they have any questions, to let us know here at the office. And there's so much else to do in Naples if you decide to spend another day or two, if you can spare it. Boating, fishing, lots of tourist opportunities. There's other housing available in the area as well, but it'll be one of those trips that will be a highlight for you, I'm sure.
Yes, and it's all casual, so all
yes.
beach resort wear. Come during the day, dressed casually, wear your shorts or your casual dresses. It's just meant to be a time to really enjoy what our industry has to offer, and all of the great people who are a part of it. And I would also just like to say, this is one of those things that you get out of it what you put into it. And so if you decide to come, and you come with an open mind and a willingness to put yourself out there, meet people, connect, you will not regret it. It will be a great couple of days.
Yep, that's fantastic. There's more information on our website, by the way. You can just go to www.greetingcard.org and click on the workshop and retreat item in the main menu, and you'll go straight to the homepage for the meeting. You'll see more about things to see and do in Naples. You'll find that housing information. You can register right there. There are even sponsorship opportunities if you're interested in that. Susan, anything else?
Nothing else that I can think of. I think you can also look on the GCA social media pages, and you'll see additional updates and information.
Yep.
I think this is a must-attend event for anybody who's in the business of greeting cards. And so, as I said, I hope everyone will take the opportunity to join us. I don't think anyone will walk away feeling like they didn't get their money's worth, or they didn't meet great people inside the industry who have some really important things to share.
Yep, agree completely. Well, thank you very much, Susan. Appreciate it. Good luck with the rest of your planning, and thank you for all the hours you've already put in. And we hope to see everybody in Naples in just about 5 weeks. So thanks very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Peter. See you in Naples.